You're watching the Bayou Blitz, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeff Horchak in sports tonight. It's week 7 of the Bayou Blitz, and our featured game under the Friday Night Lights is a good one. 2 undefeateds, Vermilion Catholic and Ascension Episcopal squaring off. News 15 sports director and our real raging Cajun, Will Heron, is there in Abbeville with a look at all the hard-hitting action. Will?
Well, from the opening kickoff, this game was nothing but action. I felt bad for the defenses having to handle all of that speed in front of them. The story of this game was the quarterback battle between Jonathan D'Artez and Brandon Mitchell, who went off in this one. First play of the game, and the Blue Gators show up their defense. D'Artez fakes the snap, runs right, but Ascension Episcopal just gobbles him up. Later in the drive, D'Artez hands off to Luke McLean, who breaks through the line, fights out with the arm, tackles, and finds room along the near sideline for the score. Blue Gators now with the ball. Mitchell showing off his accuracy, hits Jack Boudreaux, stumbles into the end zone to tie the game at 7. Eagles having a small problem with the snap here. He gets over D'Artez's head. He dives, recovers it, but loses 15 yards. Mitchell would get Ascension Episcopal into the red zone. His buddy, Andre Abshire, rumbles his way to pay dirt. D'Artez has his team on the 30-yard line, drops back, face to the wide receiver screen, pulls the ball down, and he bolts. Blue Gators not wrapping up, so he just takes advantage and finds himself in end zone city, population him. Second quarter, Eagles already in scoring position. Andre Abshire takes the ball, finishes the drive with the touchdown. 4 minutes left in the first half, and you know who gets the ball for the Eagles, and he just does what he's been doing all game long. That makes it 21-14. Well, in the end, the Eagles did take it 49-27. Fourth quarter, Mitchell gets rocked by a heavy hit. Dude's legs pretty much went out. They were wobbly as he was being taken off of the field. Peebles would come in and try to help out, but it was just too much to overcome. Great game. Awesome time. And that is not all for you guys, because we have more here on the Bayou Blitz highlights from all over Acadiana. I'm your real raging Cajun out here at Vermilion Catholic. Well, Heron.
Thanks, Will, to our second feature game of the night. 3-3 Notre Dame here in the Hub City taking on Lafayette Christian. News 15's Dracar Francois brings us the highlights from tonight's big game between the Pios and the Knights.
Well, starting off this 2A district matchup here at the Knight Stadium, well, it was all Notre Dame steamrolling the Knight train, and it all came behind their dual-set quarterbacks. Both Parker Faust and Dre Lejeune would count for nearly 200 yards, all while Faust would throw and punch a touchdown in late in the first quarter. Having the ball on the ground is something the Pios would continue. Jackson Casanova would score 2 touchdowns in their goal line set, all on the ground. Notre Dame would jump out to an early lead, but the Knights wouldn't go down so easy. Quarterback Braylon Walker would throw 153 yards and a touchdown, and late in the second quarter, Walker gets to the outside and brings it in for 6, and that's all in the first half. Now the Knights would still be in a deficit. They would go down in the first half 28-14. Now coming out in the second half, LCA would step up. They would tack on 2 touchdowns from their senior running back, Jalen Noel. But it seems like the Pios was just too much in this matchup. The Pios would get an interception and a game-sealing run by the running back, Jackson Casanova, and he takes it in and scores, and the Pios would take this one 42-28. For the Bayou Blitz, I'm Dracar Francois, News 15.
Thanks, Dracar. 3-3 Lafayette High traveled to Bill Dotson Stadium tonight to play the 5-1 Acadiana High Wrecking Rams. First possession for Acadiana High. Their quarterback, Caden DeBetto, throws a little short pass out to his little brother, Colin DeBetto. He races down the sideline for the touchdown. They went for 2, would not convert, 6-0 Rams. Second possession for Acadiana High. DeBetto dropping back, and he finds his running back, Tayden Collins, down the sideline for the long touchdown pass. 2-point is good. 14-0 Rams. That pass made DeBetto the all-time leading passer in Acadiana High history, passing his head coach, Matt McCullough, who held that record since 1998. Later in the game, the Rams running that offense. Caden DeBetto shows off his wheels, takes it down the sideline, catches a couple blocks, and he's gone for the touchdown. 2 points good, 23-0 Acadiana. The Rams roll by Lafayette High, winning tonight with a final score of 55-10. 55-10 Acadiana Lafayette High. Westminster Christian hosting Port Barry this evening. Westminster's Joseph Brown takes the handoff, and he's in for a touchdown. Westminster up at that point 14-6. Port Barry on offense, Olivier, the wide receiver, with a little push there on an option, and he takes it in for the score, cuts the Westminster lead to 14-12. A little bit later, Westminster quarterback Stephen George on the keeper. He scores a short yardage touchdown, and Westminster goes on to win big over Port Barry, 63-25 your final. Now let's go to the Bayou Blitz scoreboard for a look at some other key games being played across Acadiana tonight. Big win for Kaplan. They beat Southern Lab with a final of 40-20. St. Edmund all over Sacred Heart, 58-7, and Southside shutting out Sulphur tonight, 41-0. For the complete scoreboard, just go to our website at kadn.com. Week 7 actually kicked off last night with Iota hosting Westlake, and also Northside hosting Breaux Bridge. Here's a look at some highlights from those games if you missed it. Let's go to that Westlake-Iota game, take you to Iota to the country where they can play some football. And we picked this one up early on. A little pass play here from Westlake. They would get the first down inside the 5. They would go for a touchdown on this pass play, and there's a flag on the play. It's incomplete, so they get another chance to run the ball in, and they do with the touchdown run. This game was extremely, extremely tight, Iota and Westlake. Pretty evenly matched game, and Iota pulls out the win, but it's a tight one. Look at that final score from last night, 28-27, Iota with the W. Meanwhile, winless Breaux Bridge at 2-4 Northside last night. The Vikings get on the board first. Quarterback Jalen Williams throws it out to Javante Broussard. He catches it and runs in for 6, and Northside goes on for the win. 35-12 is your final.
The Bayou Blitz was brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings.